Alright, sneaking a little bit of Rogue Trader in before I have to go do work stuff. Last we left off, we technically had skipped this part and went and traveled on other system. But we reloaded time, that stuff used our time warp ability, and we're going to land on Dragonis and deal with the Navigator related stuff, right? Last time I was like, I went to Nexus, I was like, wait a minute, we forgot to do that, and I'm not sure if it's like a time sensitive. So I'm going to pretend it is time sensitive, although before we land, just one last click through here. Yeah, because we're done with Foulstone, like completely. Yeah, completely done with Foulstone. And Janice is waiting on us to decide a final thing here. Calvin Gamma's finishing the servitor stuff, and they're finishing that, where we get a second ship, which will make our ship combats easier by a massive degree. Alright, but let's land. So obviously Cassia has to come. Bring Gilead. Well, it doesn't matter. We're in Dragonis. It doesn't matter. Right? Because, you select your party, but then you go down, and then there is no party, right? It's all the free people. Everyone has free association. Is it at +1? Or, I thought that the tooltip... Excuse me, I thought the tooltip read plus 10%. 5 and 10%. Maybe they're desynchronized tooltips, and that was what it was at the start of the game, and now it is different. Alright, well, we got some loot, apparently. Oh, also, off-screen, I went and kind of did some inventory management and just got rid of a lot of the kind of just nothing items that we're really never using. So, we should have at least decent amount of a couple more cargo items. The music in this part of the march, I keep always thinking it's going to turn into the Red March from Command & Conquer. Speaking of that, I bought the Command & Conquer games recently, like all of them. Because I haven't played them since, like, oh man, long time ago. Red Alert 3 was my personal jam. Actually, no, General Zero Hour was the one I played probably the most of. But, Red Alert 3 is the one I played most, like, back, because that was back when I only had the Xbox, and so it was on console, so I played it a bunch. Okay. I imagine, yeah, no new loot spawns. Yeah, okay. Oh! Okay, so I have a reason to go back to Footfall. Ah, okay, so this is a romance mechanic of, like, the gift giving. Also contracts. Garbage. Or you don't have enough people to spend for something as simple as that. I mean, those could be good. Alright. Nothing all too fascinating. I assume we talked to Clementia here. Meeting with the Navigators. Allow me to report. Navigator House Celio would take a residence guest stay in his waiting meeting with you. How'd you like to receive them? We will spend 1 profit factor to be nice to Cassia's people. Alright, let's do this. Yeah. Hopefully they won't object to us dragging an alien along. Sipping on some chocolate mint rooibos. It's pretty good, pretty good. I feel like there should be music here. I guess there is, but not the correct music. Like how this guy's the only one that we get a special thing. We welcome you. Come this way, please. Can I rotate the camera? Nope. Okay. Esteemed representatives, Navis Nobilite have arrived in Rogue Trader's Court, the region of Great House of Celio, Oronto, or Celio. His companions, Lady lots of Orcelios. Oh, he's got his intended bride here, and then the rest of them are just navigators. Okay. A tall, wizened old man proudly stares at you with milky, unblinking eyes. Loose skin sways with his every move as if the navigator's flesh is detached from his bones. An unsightly mole hars the regent's face where his nose should be, and the old man's skull is covered with spiky growths. Which I don't think is probably actually modeled at all. Rogue Trader. On behalf of House Soto, we'd like to express our immense satisfaction at the meeting and our gratitude for the warm welcome. It pleases us to know that there are still lords in Kronos Expanse who observe etiquette and traditions of hospitality. Right, Cassie is like really into the etiquette stuff. And yet, this is not why we are here. Our grace is obliged to note how much the Rogue Trader has done for House Celio by protecting its beloved child, waited for many turns to behold her radiant visage. Come now, child, there is much we need to discuss. We'll let her talk. Esteemed Regent, it pleases me to see the gleaming sheen of gold and turquoise above your brow. Yeah, it is thanks to the efforts of the Rogue Trader that I stand here today, and there's much I want to tell you. But what is it you desire to hear the most? We know what happened at the station, child. Your connection to Atlas has grown so strong, and we felt the turmoil in your soul, and the events that transpired have shaken us. House Soto is deeply grateful to Rogue Trader for the destruction of the saboteurs. Yeah, we sided with Theobald. And we are willing to reciprocate such a magnanimous gesture. We trust that a treaty of friendship and alliance underpinned by the transfer of several artifacts of exceeding rarity will suffice. Now come, child, it's time we depart for your new home so that we may finish what we started. Esteemed Regent, perhaps I could continue my education while still accompanying the Rogue Trader on his travels. Just imagine how much I could learn beyond the bounds of... Right, she doesn't want to be locked up in her birdcage again. I'd be honored if you decided to say. Unthinkable.
Don't just stand there. Help the Rogue Trader defend the child and the palace.
Nice reaction time, Cassie. I pulled out stat
You will
after.
pay for betraying Felek and our freedom, Rogue Trader. Now kill them all!
Oh, this was intended wife.
You dare cross an agent of the throne?
Death to his enemies!
Alright, well, I can say this will not turn out too well for you. When does Cassia go? At the end, kind of? Unfortunate. Well, then you can just sit here. Okay, us. We're on the throne, so... That's fine, we'll hug over here. Abelard can be our bodyguard. Actually, we'll go first, so we'll be fine. Abelard, you can get up there. This, and we should be able to run up to cover. Alright. Look it. Need to be in... Man, they took all the cover. Okay. So you're a lot farther up than I'd like you to be, but... that's what Hynix is for. Pascal... You can guard from this end, Pascal. Actually, can I... No, I want to be in vision. Okay. Okay, so I assume this is like an assassination attempt. Okay. Where do we want the front line here, honestly? It's a little bit weird. Here. Just for the kill zone there. Do this. Well, actually, combat locus. That, because it matters more. This one here, we don't necessarily need to value more. It's, more of getting the kill zone effect here, which I don't think is actually affected by the doubling here, right? Because it's the area bonuses, and this is a separate thing. So, do not need it as much. Regardless... So let's just then do... You're gonna need some evasion because you have no cover. Never mind, I'm stupid. I forgot. I literally came here to move up. Alright, well... Yeah, you can't be big-brained all the time. That won't give enough. Yeah, that's not a terrible idea. Okay. Actually, we'll do a single shot. We'll just tactical knowledge this guy. Gonna get stuff. Now we have some more damage. There you go. Yeah, not that much damage, but I just wanted to get to check the value. Yeah, we get 22% more. His effective armor got shredded. We just did very little damage because we just did a single shot. And we didn't crit. Okay, now for the actual damage. Okay, well I can kill the bodyguard. Unfortunately, I don't have the proper angle, but it's just how it is. Okay. Although, I equipped the Wanderer's Portent because I realized that if we use this, technically it allows us to do a 1 AP shot here, and then that can give us another attack we can do properly. So, let's do that. Let's see. Okay, cool. I was about to say, if this didn't require a side, it's going to be a little bit sad, but... Cool. And that does give us another attack. So, you know, big improvement, honestly. We'll just hit some of these guys.
Ancestors guide me.
And then we just have a normal shot. Flat 100 plus 10. Because the 10 is like separate, actually. We have the lethality increases, right? That creates an opening. Oh yeah, I got Dukari weapon proficiency. I should take a look. Yeah, so we're stacking more and more lethality. But yeah, I could replace the long rifle with the Starblight. Which, you know, gives it a more purpose because we can then apply debuffs. Because fatigue and slow is nice. Also, so much MP we don't need to move. We want to stay still. Alright. I can get
But
3 of us here.
Lord Captain.
Yoke yourself. Prep for next turn. And we'll just stay in here and then do a single shot. Just a smidgen. Okay, what do we got here? Ow.
My faith strengthens me.
Oh, okay. You can shoot through that. Okay, Abelard. Yeah, you have Emulate the Soul, which massively debuffs you. Ooh, 17 damage per turn is actually a lot. Okay.
Indeed. I will do my duty.
Well, you're gonna get your butt up here. Okay, so 2 AP. We got the Hammer of Epiphany now. dodge is rough. 60%. Okay. I think we're going to play a little bit safe because Abelard needs the endure. Whew. Yeah, really dodge chance.
Follow my lead.
Alright, Oronto. Yeah, chainsword apparently. That's what Navigator is known for.
Death to the heretics! Break their morale!
I must not falter.
Pretty good. Okay, Cassia, you're gonna need to turn this around. And I think the way you can do this... Is there a way to do it without nuking poor Abelard? Not really. What about this? What about this? There we go. Yeah, let's just... Lady Navigator is the main threat here. Alright. I missed. Moving to cover is nice as well. Enjoy. Alright, Pascal. We're going to move over here. You're going to bounty hunt you, because you are 3. Bounty hunt you, obviously. And then I guess you. Anyways, point here is that we can do a this guy. My vow is to serve. Get the bounty. We get a bunch of AP back. And I guess we fire here on. Let's see this.
I venerate you, machine spirit.
No. Huh? Huh? What? What sorcery do you have? I have been robbed. Okay, well.
Look out.
Just negated, I guess.
I can't stand it. Yeah. Weapon at the ready.
Oh, Abelard's blind as well. That would hurt his melee chances.
Moving out.
Reading damage to Volk.
No, soldier.
Emperor, protect me. Yes. For the Imperium.
Follow my lead.
Yay!
Onward.
Done.
Oh, it looks like we might get the actual kill on the Lady Navigator, which is pretty funny. If I do say so myself. Alright. Where do we want to move? It really doesn't matter. Here.
Already done.
Not a problem for me.
I don't care about skill zone in this situation.
I am fear incarnate.
Okay, I was like, did she negate it again? Right, so we should have a resolve increase now. You can't see resolve values, but I'm just gonna have to check, I guess, if we have 8 at some point. Alright, well... yeah, I guess I can just shoot this guy. Sorry, Warden, but this might be very bad for you. Oh, I should have done the... actually, no, I can. Yeah, you're it. Just move up here. Okay.
If I...
Cool.
I am not your Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Can I hit you? I can. Well. Hamamenon indeed. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, well. That's what option we're taking here. Alright, first things first. Actually, not first things first. First things first is we slice this man.
Let's see to it. Holy terror.
Okay, well,
Smite your enemies.
first things first is last things last. Oh, hey, level. Okay, let's just quick save here. What type of level is this? If it's a, like, pure skill level, it might be good for our checks. It is, okay. Since it's not a talent, we'll just do this because it's pretty straightforward. Could do willpower and just not have to, you know, have a little bit better willpower, which will probably become honestly more important the later we get. But also ballistic skill's pretty. We'll go with ballistic skill. And then for this one's a little bit more interesting because we do have some high ones. So we could get logic again. We are by far the highest logic. Sword Imperium's also useful. Okay, have casting for persuasion. I think we might do commerce because it's one of our weaker areas. We have Pascal for tech use. Medicaid, we're fine. Let's do a commerce one. Okay, I like how for some reason some of them are in like different orders. Probably just carousing. Okay. Characteristic here. We're not on the strength interval. I think we go for the... Can't do toughness. Honestly, we could go for the agility and just get that extra plus, but let's go for the weapon skill. We do not want to be missing. Okay, you, Missy, you already got persuasion, so you could do coercion, but I think awareness, having 2 very high awareness characters is useful. I do find it funny she's super book nerd like stuff, but I think she should artificially gain a bonus to Lore Imperium for that sole purpose of flavor stuff, like a plus 30 or whatever. Just that way it's not like an absolutely dismal stat, because that does not align well with the actual character. Not that Cassie needs more buffs, but... Right on willpower and perception. Fellowship. It helps. How are we doing on stats here? Honestly, I think I'm feeling either toughness or strength. Right, we do want our melee weapon to hit a little bit harder, so I think we're going to go strength. Oh, you have actual talent. Okay, do you have Psychic or Extremist? No, you do not. 34, I don't even know what level we actually are. Oh, it says right there, 28, so... Psalm of Heroes, I think is very funny. Just getting more psi rating is continually extremely funny. This is actually very useful because, as we've seen, it would allow us to make our turn 1 have more AP. It would have 2 AP at the very least more, because we use toughness and we use metabolic or warp speed on turn 1, which would come out from, instead of costing 3, cost 1 AP. So we could actually use some of our other things. Psalm of Heroes is one of those ones where it's like, since everything he has scales explicitly off psi rating, allows us to get a little bit nutty on the fights that do last longer. Not Desperate Act, it has to be Heroic Act, so like on those harder fights it might not be as useful, but it is still pretty good. Adrenaline Surge is very tempting. Don't care too much about that. Edge of Dawn is literally just flat 10% damage. We'll do Psalm of Heroes, though. Just a way to get this man's psi rating up higher is, very tempting. Alright, Bounty Hunter. Can't do tech use, unfortunately, so I guess you might do Medicaid. Xenos is actually literally comparable, so... But you can have the Medicaid. Pascal, ballistic skill is pretty tempting because we're hitting fine with our melee. Other than that, no, perception. We want to get that next plus bonus because that will also make this guy do more. So in this case, instead of 4 times 9, right? It would be 4 times 10, so we do 40% more damage. Crazy. Or, well, we do 4% more damage. We do 4% damage total. But, other bounty hunter stuff scales off perception, so at least getting that to the next one's nice. You miss. Probably ballistic skill. Why do you have plus 25? Oh, yeah, the veil. Yeah. I mean, it's not like we're missing ever, really, so. Perception, it allows us to scale up the damage from the exploits. That just gets stronger as we go through the fight, so. You can be Lord Xenos, honestly. Or awareness. You are the awareness queen right now. We'll do Lord Xenos right now. I don't think we need... I haven't been checking our awareness rolls, but I assume we're pretty good, considering the awareness values are, like, our highest stat. Okay, we have enough time to finish this, so let's do this. Hey, more XP. Mercy! She covers her face with her disfigured, scaly hands, each with an extra finger and conjoined phalangeal bones. Her clothes are covered in blood, mostly that of your servants, and several unexploded bolts are sticking out of her chest plate. Rochator, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harboring a monster that is cunningly pretending to be an innocent maid. Spare me, and I, Elenia Hateria Celio, will swear to tell you the whole truth, and the madness that is devouring House of Celio like a malignant tumor. not let the regent deceive you with his honey's lies, lest the cursed child ruin your protector as well. This is exactly what the other guy was saying, right? And which was interesting to me. Was that, like, I was, at the start of the game, I was like, he has a not irrational, like, desire here. We will go to trial, though. I want to hear what she says. But right, because that was the first thing. It was like, yeah, Cassia's basically ambient powers have, like, ruined the station and caused everyone harm. This one seems to be on a more macroscopic scale, where it's like maybe everyone is enthralled by her. But she causes no veil degradation, so she can't be bad, by definition. So, if you fail to decide during the trial, Lena, I will hear what you wish to tell me. Oh, we're going straight into the trial. Blah, 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 blah. I, blah, blah, Heart of the House of Celios, swear to tell the Rogue Trader nothing but the truth. May God Emperor be my witness. And then we have dialogue separate from the dialogue in here. Attempted murder of the Rogue Trader and attack on the palace at the trial commence. Pathetic. Silence. With all due respect, House Celio has hardly covered itself in glory thus far today. It is time for its representatives to answer before the Rogue Trader. Regent Oronto, representatives of your house, made an attempt on Lady Cassia's life and attacked a Rogue Trader. House of Celio humbly asked for your lenience and forgiveness. We could not even imagine these vile rats could be scurrying among our ranks. As for them sneaking into the Rogue Trader's palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God ever be our witness, the accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our houses. Not irrational line of argumentation. Oh. Let's grill him a little bit more. We don't need to jump straight into... I mean... How do I know your words are just not our attack? We are ready to tell you everything we know so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Why are people trying to kill Cassio? Everyone in the house knows the child is the keeper of the one true Starway Atlas, which once belonged to the great Navigator, Tisiphone, or Celio. The ungrateful wretches secretly hated her grace, and when Tisiphone abdicated her responsibilities to set off for parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. Does she really carry the Atlas? We believe it with all our hearts. Novator spent many cycles on a world where the child was born, and it is said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination only known to Novator. Tisiphone gave the order and followed them soon after, leaving her precious gift, the Atlas, to Cassio, therefore marking her as her successor. Tell me more about the Renegades. They are madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old traditions of the great House of Celio, so carefully nurtured by the previous Novator. They deemed a century of her rule a tyranny and our most sacred relic a curse that must be destroyed. Fools, if the Atlas were to be destroyed, the whole House of Celio would follow it into oblivion. Why did they seek to destroy the relic? They dread its power, for only a Novator can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the power of the Starway Atlas. What the Renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star. Potentially, this may have something to do with actually why all of the warp routes got messed up. Looks like House Celio is falling on hard times. To call your statement false would be a lie. For many years, we managed to maintain a fragile balance within our house, but then the Novator's departure shook the faith of many. Treasury is empty, navigators are scattered, the warp routes are in shambles, and many of our allies cannot be reached. Which is why it is so important to complete the child's education. It is Cass's duty to take the Tisiphone's place and lead the house to prosperity. Such is her great destiny. What do you know about her power? Special gift for a special child. She was born to fit and grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered her education, but we learned to prevent most outbursts. As long as the child remains calm and remains in seclusion, powers cannot take hold of her mind. Lady Alina, what do you have to say in your defense? I do not know what it is you wish to learn, but I will start from the very beginning. Long time ago, she descended to the throne. She was daring Novator who brought part of the house to the Expanse, hoping to strengthen its position in the Imperium. The house prospered, but Tisiphone was never satisfied. She went mad in her pursuit of power, seeking more influence, more control, and she sought enemies everywhere, even among her loyal followers. Paranoia was slowly driving her insane, and one day she created the Starway Atlas, a relic that is implanted in our bodies at birth, a noose around our necks, our gift and our damnation. Tisiphone used the Atlas to control us, subdue our will, and mold our thought. If anyone put a toe out of line, she killed them with a glance. At first, many branches of the House of Celio tried to resist her tyranny, and Tisiphone cut them down with extreme brutality. Let me finish yawning. For example, the entire Sathala branch was destroyed simply because its leader asked too many questions about the Atlas and wanted to know the truth of its creation. What else did she do? some of these like follow-up questions, like, you know, I understand the two questions both have to do of Cassia. Like, it's very clearly structured, and like you're supposed to go kind of like top down, right? It's very Disco Elysium, where like we engage our conversations in list, preferably from top down. But it feels very strong in this game, where it's like some of the like follow-up questions literally don't make sense until you have the context of the question immediately above it, but you can still ask it anyways. Her madness weakened the dynasty, and not long after Novator vanished. Indeed, her loyal followers lie when they say she chose to retire. The truth is, no one knows the truth. I hope she's rotting away in one of her secret worlds. She passed her atlas on to her successor before fleeing the house. To the newborn child, we cannot surrender the throne to the tyrant's creature. Tisfon is cunning and treacherous. She must have hatched the entire plan beforehand. Her disappearance, the child, the transfer of the leash. Feared that one day she would be reborn in Cassia's body, and we cannot let that happen. Call her a monster because of the atlas? Largely yes, but there's more. Have you ever felt pure, unadulterated disgust when standing close to her? Or fury, or fear? Who but a monster can manipulate minds and feelings of others, even more so than Tisfon did herself? She didn't attack before. Why now? She always had plenty of opponents, but we were afraid to trust one another. Any of us could be spying for our followers. Saved our strength and dealt the first blow 5 years after the heir was born, striking at one of the estates on Ear TV. Is that supposed to be Ear TV or Ear T6? I think Ear TV. But the girl survived in the region. Aranto hid her so far away and guarded so thoroughly it took us another 13 years to find her. And then another 2 to get into the region's good graces and reach Yurok 5. Now, Cassia is in the spotlight and the House Council is about to put her on the throne. Surely this would be a better time to cut off the Cyprin's head. So you admit Aranto was not aware of the assassination attempt. Regent Aranto is guilty of mass killing, intimidation, inhuman torture, abetting Tisiphon, and raising her heir. Tisiphon is a very demon-sounding name, I will admit. But I'm pretty sure that's either Greek or Roman reference, and I don't have it off the top of my head. His crimes are many, but that is not one among them. I'd love seeing his head on a chopping block, but honor prohibits me from slandering him in a trial. Okay, this is going on a bit. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't expecting, honestly, to immediately jump into the trial. Alright. Cassia, what would you do in my place? Let's see. Alright, well, we'll ask Cassia. Like I said, top-down list. If I may speak, so many dirty colors have poured from the mouths of those present, I feel covered in filth from head to toe. I, as the future Novator, and I want to bleach them, purify them, and let them go. Heed me, I am the one to blame for what happened today, and I accept full responsibility for the actions of my house. Her hands are shaking as she gives the speech. Vile wretch, who do you think you are? Will you now start killing those that have displeased you as Tisiphon did before you? And fear on her face gives way to desperation once she realizes what she just said. She slowly reaches for the atlas embedded in her chest, looking at Cassia with obvious fear. Here's child, this burden is too heavy for you to shoulder alone. You are not ready. I implore you to settle this conflict. I offered Rogue Trader a 100-year contract of House Orcelio, committing us to the charting the shortest and safest routes for the Von Valance's protectorate within the Coronis expanse. I will also remain aboard the Rogue Trader's vessel and assist him until he decides otherwise, or until duty of the House summons me to the Novator's seat. What about Lady Elena? Senior Regent will put her and her people in one of our family jails. Played enough Elden Ring to know how to pronounce that. Alright. She is House of Southern Navigator after all. There's no need for our precious blood to be spilt. She stares incredulously with bulging eyes but remains silent. Her hand restlessly caresses the spot where her atlas is embedded. Hey, Cassia, who told you I needed aboard my ship? That's such a funny thing. I accept your offer, Cassia. Thank you. I mean, Rogue Trader. So be it. We failed to notice that our child has grown up and become strong. You may stay with the Rogue Trader until the house summons you. His influence is anomalous, but has served to bring out Blessed Tisphon's most precious talents, the talents of leadership. Rogue Trader, we are now bound by the terms of the contract. Your representatives may contact House Orcelio at any time, and we will respond. And one more thing, protect the child like the apple of your eye. Remember, you have the future Novator of Navis Nobilite house aboard your vessel. Cool. Yeah, I guess we're talking to Achilleus. Oh, got some levels there. Got a decent amount of XP for that entire situation. We got about half level. Right, because we were at like a quarter when we came in, I think. Does Oculaeus have anything to say? Is that... Oh, yeah, never mind. The camera was just on Oculaeus. I was like, did it put us here for a reason? No. Yeah, let's just try to talk to Cassia real quick. There probably won't be anything in here, because all dialogue has to occur on the ship, but... Yeah. Alright. Cool. Well, with that, we have completed the trial of Cassia's assassination attempt. So, good to knock that out. I think that was a nice little short adventure.